On Mashujaa Day, October 20th, 2025, while President William Ruto addressed the nation from Ithokwe Stadium in Kitui County, another quieter scene was unfolding hundreds of kilometers away in Bondo. Former President Uhuru Kenyatta stood at Kango Kajaramogi before the flower-decked grave of Raila Amollo Odinga, the man who shaped his political destiny and changed Kenya's democratic story. There were no speeches, no cameras flashing, only a single powerful moment, Uhuru raising his hand gently toward the grave, a gesture of farewell to the man he once called brother and comrade in the struggle for Kenya's unity. Former President Uhuru Kenyatta spent Mashujaa Day not at stadium podium, but at a graveside in Bondo, Siaya County. Just one day after Raila's burial, he was accompanied by Raila's elder brother and Siaya Senator Uhuru Odinga, along with close family members and political allies. Witnesses described the moment as deeply reflective. Uhuru's demeanor was somber, almost spiritual. Standing before the grave, adorned with fresh flowers and a framed image of Raila smiling, the former president bowed his head in silence. While the rest of Kenya celebrated heroes in Kitui, Uhuru was honoring one privately, personally, and profoundly. Raila Odinga's farewell had been monumental. On October 19th, Kenya laid to rest one of its greatest political sons, a man whose voice had echoed through decades of struggle. His funeral began at the Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology, where hymns, tributes, and tears filled the air. Dignitaries from across Africa, among them President William Ruto, Uhuru Kenyatta, and Olusegun Obasanjo, gathered in unity to honor him. Raila was given a full state funeral, a 17-gun salute, military honors, and a solemn national send-off. When his casket was lowered beside his parents and son Fidel, the crowd broke into silence. His iconic hat and fly whisk, symbols of his identity, were placed beside him, closing the final chapter of a storied life.
Thank you, Kenya. God bless you all. God bless the Republic. God bless Baba's legacy.
A very big thank you, Erokamano, to His Excellency and the entire government of Kenya. Indeed, in this part of the world, we've never seen something like this. We've never seen a dignified send-off like what we see here in Bondo.
During the funeral, Uhuru delivered one of his most moving eulogies ever. Jacob, we shall miss you as a leader of this nation. We shall miss your insights, your thoughtfulness, your wisdom, and your laughter, he said, his tone heavy with emotion. He called Raila a true statesman, a man whose courage and sacrifice shaped Kenya's democratic journey. Uhuru reflected on their shared history, from political rivalry to reconciliation through the 2018 handshake, a moment that restored calm to a divided country. I do not have much to say today, he added quietly, as I already had the opportunity to eulogize my friend and brother at Nyayo National Stadium. He sent condolences to Mama Ida, the Odinga family, and the ODM party, a gesture that symbolized unity beyond politics.
Mwambia dada wetu mkubwa Aida na watoto wake na familia yote ya marehemu Raila Amollo Odinga, tuko hapa tena kuambieni pole. Tuko hapa kusimama pamoja nanyi dakika hii nzito kweli kweli. Ya pili, kwa wenzetu wa Bondo na Siaya kwa jumla, kusema asante. Mtoto wenu ambaye sasa amerudi nyumbani, back to the ancestors, mulitupea atumikie sio tu Bondo na Siaya, lakini Kenya na Afrika, na ametutendea na tunawashukuru. Asanteni sana.
The next day, Uhuru returned to Bondo wasn't coincidental. It was deliberate, a deeply symbolic act. Mashujaa Day, a celebration of Kenya's heroes, carried an emotional undertone that year. The country was still mourning, the nation still raw from Raila's passing. In Kitui, Ruto's address honored the country's liberation icons, Raila among them. But in Bondo, Uhuru's silent salute told another story, one of brotherhood, loss, and gratitude. It was as if Uhuru was saying, I am here not as former president, but as a brother bidding farewell. His presence reminded Kenyans that leadership isn't measured only by power, but by loyalty and humanity. Beyond emotion, Uhuru's presence in Bondo had political weight. It reaffirmed his enduring ties to the Odinga family and to Raila's ideals of national unity, justice, and democratic reform. Since leaving office, Uhuru had taken a quieter political tone, supporting Raila's African Union Commission bid and remaining a symbol of post-handshake stability. His choice to mark Mashujaa Day at Raila's grave was therefore not just personal. It was political symbolism at its purest, a message that Kenya's democracy journey, shaped by their partnership, must continue. In a time of transition where Raila's absence leaves a void, Uhuru's gesture said what no speech could. The bond between the two men was larger than politics. It was history itself.
I have discharged my responsibility to a friend, to a brother, to my mentor, a man I went to his school. Hata kama hakuwa rais, he was the people's president.
As Uhuru turned and walked away from Kango Kajaramogi that afternoon, the cameras captured a stillness that felt final, like the choosing of a long, unfinished chapter in Kenya's story. Two men who once stood on opposite sides of history had ended their journey side by side, one in memory, the other in mourning. Raila's legacy lives on in Kenya's democratic heartbeat, and Uhuru's quiet presence in Bondo on Mashujaa Day will be remembered, not as a political move, but as a tribute of brotherhood, loyalty, and reflection, because sometimes the most powerful statements in politics are made in silence. For Maisha TV, I'm William Juma.